It's a beautiful morning in Palisade, Colorado. Brian, we're getting going.
This is so exciting to be here, man. It is gorgeous.
You got to start the day out with a little wine.
Ooh, a little bit?
A lot of wine before it's time. Right here, Sauvage Spectrum is where we're at. And this is going to be a cool tour. Stick around, but we have to introduce these guys to you. Kaibab, Sauvage.
Kaibab Sauvage, grape grower, co-founder of Sauvage Spectrum. Happy to be with these guys today. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
This is rad.
Patrick, how are you?
How you guys doing?
Patrick Matty.
Patrick Matty, winemaker here, Sauvage Spectrum.
And here we are in Palisade, Colorado. You got to go, when you're coming from where we were in Fruta, you have to go all the way up the highway and then turn around and then come back. There's that exit. Is there a different exit?
Exit 42 here.
Exit
42.
Take exit 42 if you're coming
down
from
Alberta, I think it's called. Down the highway, 38 and a quarter road.
All right, let's
right
set
here.
it up. We're going to walk in 676 and it's 38th and a
38 and a quarter road.
38th and a quarter
Super
road.
unique roads out here.
Absolutely.
We're 38 and a quarter miles from the Utah border.
Yeah,
Yep.
isn't that cool?
It's,
Is that how they did that?
yeah.
Wow.
So you always know how far away Utah is.
Just when you
every county road, right?
Yeah.
Is that way, yeah.
Uh-huh.
just when you think nothing makes sense, it makes perfect sense, and we're starting to see that right now.
So
This
did-
is beautiful
Did
property.
Patrick tell you the story about the building
No,
here?
do it.
So this was vineyard last year, all the way through. And, I've been growing grapes for 20 years, and finally we partnered up and decided we should launch a winery, and so we needed a place for a winery. So we looked around. I really didn't want to take grapes out at all, but this was the best spot. We had power, gas, water, everything we needed. And so last year at this time, this was just a flat dirt right here. So we started doing dirt work, got the concrete poured.
Last year.
Last year.
Woo, you boys been working.
We got off.
Congratulations.
We finished it in August, just in time to bring in Chardonnay. We were literally finished.
We were hooking up the tanks and running the glycol and barely had running water, but we made it happen.
Yeah, we got it done. It was fun.
How many acres are you sitting on right here?
So this place we call the Sauvage Block.
Uh-huh.
It's one of my first leases. This is 9 acres here. I first started, I was farming for other people, and I started picking up land leases. And this was one of my first ones. Great guy gave me a chance. I didn't even have enough money to buy the trellis supplies. I took on a loan for the trellis supplies. Ag Credit loaned me the money. They were like, we'll give this guy a chance. Took out a 7-year loan. And this has been my workhorse. This produces just amazing grapes. We have Malbec, Petit Verdot, and Roussanne here. We can get into more in the vineyard later.
do it.
Kaibab, say that again. How many acres?
9
9 acres.
9 here,
Did you
right?
end up buying it?
Yeah, so what happened is he gave me a chance. Everybody gave me a chance. It was just a young, hard-working farmer. And the landowner gave me a shot. It was a peach orchard. We put in grapes. And then the bank gave me a chance. And last year, about 2 years ago, I was able to purchase it from the land leaser. So it went full circle, and he was so cool. He really wanted me to have it. He did an owner carry on it. And so that's what enabled us owning this to build here as well. So
It's awesome.
it's a great community.
Congratulations.
I mean, every business starts out with a great story, and you're on the right track. What got you into the business? You said farming, agriculture beforehand. What were you farming before this?
So always grapes.
Always grapes.
Yeah, so I grew up on a peach farm, and Palisade's really known for their peaches, but we were like the resident labor on the farm. So I didn't really like peaches because, as a kid, all we did was work in peaches. So I wanted to farm something different, and grapes were really getting going about the time that I finished school. And so I started for Bookcliff Vineyards, learned how to grow grapes there, and started planting our own vineyards. So
So if you were to do Grapes 101, and we're going to dig in here, right?
Okay.
What is it? 5 things that you need to know before you even get going growing grapes?
all right, it's all timing. You need to match the variety to the site.
Okay.
That's key. You cannot just plant whatever you like.
Give
to
an
drink.
example.
So, a lot of people so Nero d'Avola, right? Out of Sicily. Great wine. You love the wine, right? It takes a really hot region to ripen that.
Yep.
Another guy just asked me the other day, can we grow it here? Ripens after Cab Sauv. We barely get Cab Sauv ripe here. So no, don't plant that. Probably not going to work here. So we're looking at cold hardiness. We get cold in the winter. Most Vitis vinifera, classic European wine grapes, only take about -5 degrees. We're high desert here, but it can get as low as, we saw -8 in 2015, and we lost, like here, we're missing that vine. the trunks will actually split because it gets so cold, and you lose the vine down to the roots. So you got to tie it back up and retrain that overwintering structure. So match the variety to the site. Pick a good site, pick a nice, well-drained soil. Grapes love that. You got so much of quality and control is watering on the right time. Controlling your weeds, just doing the right things at the right time is paramount to being a successful premium wine grape grower. And so we've had the last 20 years to learn the hard way on a lot of those things. But
Kaibab, can I ask you? You just said when you lose the vine, do you have to start over? Do you dig it up, or is that when you evaluate? Do you completely? Tell me. I mean,
that's a great question. Both. So in 15, we used to grow Petite Syrah here, and it kept winter killing, and so we removed it. We took it out. We dug it all out, pushed it up, burned it. It was a really expensive bonfire. And then, but we went back in with better varieties. We went back more suited to Colorado. So that's what I say, match the variety to the site. We went back in with more Malbec, more Petit Verdot. Those do great here. They match our season well. They take the winter's Petit Verdot a little better than Malbec. So, but like this is Roussanne here. You can see our trunks. We go through and we cut them out, and they'll grow back off the roots. If you're own rooted, which we are on most our stuff. A lot of people, like in peaches and stuff, they'll graft to a different root. And we're going more that way here now just because we have a little root louse called Phylloxera that loves Vitis vinifera. Yeah. So fortunately, it hasn't caused us any issues, but we're just taking preventative steps to start planting resistant rootstock on all our new stuff. We actually have to mound that scion. We have to cover it in dirt so that if it does freeze, it doesn't freeze back to the rootstock. Otherwise, we'd have to regraft.
What about age of the vines? Because with trees, you're pruning the age of the trees, the fruit, the maturity of it to get that delicious fruit. Some years you don't even get fruit leading up to it. But what do you do? Is there any kind of similar technique to trees and the vines?
Yeah, I mean, I think establishing a good foundation is key to all growing. So first year we focus on root growth on our vines. We really build that foundation. Second year we're going to start establishing the overwintering structure. So starting strong. I mean, if you get behind in the beginning, those vines and trees take years to catch back up, if ever. So really, getting good plant material and getting a solid start is key.
Well, in the root you were asking, I'm curious about, because this concept of doing a different root stock because of this grafting is a big thing in your industry now, right?
It is.
Much more where it was before, where it was the same vine for 100 years or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Are you looking for different vines that are tolerant to the cold or different root stock, like you were saying? Is that something that you think all wineries will go to, especially with how the weather is changing? I mean,
to rootstock?
To this more hardy rootstock that's not necessarily the grape that they're going to be producing in the orchard.
I do. I think they're going to have to, because taking the risk with Phylloxera is just too high of a risk to go own rooted. Even yesterday, I was ordering vines for next year. Always looking for, we grow about 20 plus different varieties. I'm always looking for new experimental varieties and see how they work here. I'm like a research grower, kind of. I just love it.
So how many varieties? Patrick, I've never had you this quiet for this amount of time. Please jump in. But how many varieties, too, are you guys?
That's why we partnered. He's
the grape
right
grower.
After the wine.
Yeah, I make wine. I mean, Kaibab could fill you in on the grapes. Obviously, what we have right here in the Sauvage block is Malbec, Petit Verdot, and Roussanne, which I think is highly underrated. We love making Roussanne. But yeah, I mean,
crazy good barrel fermented Roussanne inside.
That is a great partnership, the farmer and the winemaker.
Yeah, it's been really amazing to.
How long you guys been doing business together?
About a year now, pretty much.
Patrick, former employer, that's how we met. They were a big customer of mine, and so that's when I met Patrick probably 8 years ago, I think. And so he's worked with our fruit, which was awesome, for like the last 8 years, and he moved on. Well, you tell the story.
Yeah. So basically, Urban Winery in Denver worked with them, and that's kind of where I cut my teeth in the winemaking. and we learned a lot there. And I was able to meet Kai Bob early on and learn how to sample the vineyards, and that's when it all started. And we were able to continue to use his fruit even as I moved on to other companies, which was awesome. And really, it's these are the only grapes I know. I didn't make wine in Sonoma. I didn't make wine in Napa. I didn't learn anywhere else.
Got its teeth right here.
Yeah, right here with these grapes, and we're continuing to develop and just make awesome wines and really just make them premier, some really premier wines.
What else do you guys want to show us?
I think let's go into the winery, and if you have time, we can come check some more about the vineyard or not.
Please, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You guys just keep doing your thing. Oh, okay. It's a technical thing.
Gotcha.
This is it's always fun to see all on the same property. A lot of people, especially in Colorado, wineries are bringing grapes in different locations.
We sell to about 20 different wineries around the state.
Do you really?
That's where all our grapes used to go. That's this giant cooler here. That's what that's for. It's for all
beautiful day.
All our grapes.
Any notables? I mean, is that that's not a secret where people get sourcing grapes, or is it?
No.
Some places could probably just come in here and buy up all your grapes too.
Yeah, we have a lot of really good partners around the state, and that's why we have the double loading dock. We bring our grapes in, weigh them. Get the weights, put them in the cooler. We pick to order, put them on the reefer trucks, ship them out to whatever wineries purchased them throughout the state.
Set up.
Yeah,
it works well.
I think what's important to highlight, it was important not to alienate his current customer base. So we're taking grapes that weren't necessarily sold in year one and making some really awesome wines out of them. We want the whole industry to grow. Not just us. We want to showcase the Grand Valley, and with the food as well. We want to highlight the food pairings with our wine and everyone else's wine as well.
Well, and Patrick, is this just the effervescent wine that you're getting out of this vineyard right here? Is that, or are you guys? I mean, because I know what you're doing. That's in my eyes, really revolutionary, market changing, is going after this sparkling in a different way with it, making it more approachable. And I love what you guys have, what I've tasted so far. Thank you for sharing.
Of course.
But is this vineyard pushing out the grapes for most of your sparkling stuff, or?
So we have about 15 different sites, and so most of our sparkling are actually coming from a different site, and all our blends are top secret. But
sure,
it's the main component is this very strong acidic, has a strong acid backbone, and then this amazing fruit forwardness to it, and that's kind of our secret ingredient. That grape.
And is that a grape that grows well here?
It does super well here. It's
good for you finding something that I think it's the hardest thing is because a lot of people, you're trying to find what is the right peach, and for you guys, you found the right grape. That's awesome, man.
But what we have here is a lot of our still reds, which we're not quite talking about too much right now because we're riding this sparkling wave. But what we're about to show you is that we did make some Malbec. We did make some Petit Verdot, but we really just want to highlight our sparkling.
Talk about the red blend, I think.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's in front of the barrels.
I'll cut the.
All right. And actually, speaking of them, there they are right there, lined up on the counter.
Yeah, look at that. Look at this.
I can't wait to see you guys' progress throughout the years.
Yeah, it's been remarkable. It's exploded already. We're set to make, a couple 100 gallons, and we made about 4,000 cases in year one. And it's really been a fun project to work on. So what we started with, we developed our Sparklet line. What this is, it's fun, affordable, fruit forward. These are effervescent, sparkling white wines, and we want to see them on the liquor store shelf for less than $20. You see a lot of $18, but that's taking our proprietary blends, and they're all very different, very unique wines. And that's what our focus has been. And then what we did, we came out with the Pet Nat. So as far as we know, this is one of Colorado's first natural sparkling Petalent Naturel. So ancestral method. It's like the precursor to champagne. You know, it's hazy, it's yeasty. We like to shake it up. It's full of those tropical notes right here. Man, there's tons of pineapple on this. You're drinking the yeast. It's in the bottom of the bottle. So this has been a really fun wine. It's just been crushing the market, as well as our rosé. You can't say no to that color right there.
I love your
but yeah,
I mean, your passion really does shine. I mean, so that kind of that all natural feel look
It is.
to it. Would that be like the cider of grapes?
Well, it's the no sulfites added, which is really nice because they came out really clean, really fruity. That doesn't always happen with no sulfites added. Yeah, it's just it's unfined, it's unrefined. There's not much going on. It's taking the grapes that were grown, throwing them in a tank, and really capturing.
Champagne glasses.
They're coming. This wine's all about capturing that moment in time, the moment of
bring it here and
fermentation,
tease ya, right?
and it's just pure unrefined flavor of our high desert terroir.
though.
Really fun wine.
Barrels are all of them a certain kind of your microphone. Oh, thank you, Jay. Sorry about that. What kind of barrels? Are you all of it the same or different?
So this one we've kept all proprietary, including this one. It has these really fun grapes in there that lend an awesome aspect to sparkling. The Pet Nat's really unique because really, as we're making our sparklet blends, we had some juice that didn't quite fit in the tank, so we just started throwing it all in one tank, barely even tasting it. And when push came to shove, we said we got to do something with this. Started fermentation, had the bottles on site, and let it finish up in the bottle. You know, so it's bottle fermented, and it's 4 aromatic grapes.
Do the
That
honors
was
with
good
the
work,
yeast.
man. That was the hustle. That was the scramble.
Do you want to? Which one you want to try?
I think show us how you open the Pet Nat.
Yeah. So the Pet Nat, we want all of our wines served chill.
Talk about the name.
Super cold. Pet Nat stands for Petalent Naturel. If you notice on the front of here, you're going to see it here in a minute. It's on our property. We have this old Metro International bus, and it's going to be our mobile tasting bar. We're going to be serving on site in the vineyard, on the estate, out of it, as well as to wedding events can book it. And all that. It's super fun. People are already getting next to it, taking pictures, doing the hashtag things.
It's kind of our mascot.
Yeah, it's our mascot
Call it-
for now.
Now,
Call it
distilleries are huge on boasting their capabilities on their bottle. It's fermented by, it's distilled by.
Yeah.
What do you guys do
So
for?
ancestral method sparkling, it just means that it finished, it conditioned in the bottle, it carbonated. and
Wait, say that again.
Ancestral method, it finished carbonation in the bottle because it was fermenting in the bottle, and we capped it, right? And that's why you see the yeast in here. So what we urge people to do, what I like, you don't have to do this. You could drink it if you like it a little bit cleared out. But what we like to do is actually shake it up, and it's really cool. It's very, very psychedelic. You'll see all that yeast. You'll see that yeast dropping
Very
down.
psychedelic.
Yeah, it's really cool because it adds almost like a bitterness, those yeasty brioche flavors that almost turn these pineapples into tastes like a pineapple mimosa.
Does.
For me. And you'll notice our sparklings are a touch higher as far as the carbonation goes, and that's not
It's
higher.
the
as far as-
ancestral in-bottle dissemination of the.
You got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. All that.
a touch higher alcohol because we let our grapes ripen a little bit more as well, and we actually have varietal characteristics coming out. These aren't just green apple like you find in your typical sparkling wines. I mean, this is what our high desert terroir lends us.
Let me do what I do best.
What do you do?
I taste it and I say, "Is this
Let's
delicious?"
sample you in order. We'll start with our extra dry.
I got an interesting thought for you, question that
Yeah.
some people have said versus winemakers versus distillers. A distiller has to be perfect every time, taste the same.
Of course.
In winemaking,
You'd
you
like
have a
that
little more.
consistency, wouldn't you?
Well, but you
Well,
have more liberty.
I heard
because
the
grape
biggest-
is going to change.
The
from year to
biggest
year.
difference I heard is they make way more money.
Well, but do you get where I'm going with this? Because you already
Yeah.
have the grape is gonna the wine's
which
gonna
one
taste
is this?
different year to year.
Extra dry.
This
Um,
would be
our-
extra
of
dry.
Bone dry.
So we aren't looking for
Citrus,
consistency.
green
We
apple.
are in essence, we want to develop a profile But it could change. You know, it changes with the year. It changes what grapes might be available that year. But a product like this is going to change every year. It's going to carry the same label, but we don't know what grapes are even going to end up in this blend right now. So that's what's really unique. And what we're trying to do with this is meant to be the first cult classic. Like this is like when you're going to the brewery and they just release so and so double dry hop. This is our answer to that.
Love it.
Okay, so like you're seasonal in a sense.
It is, and it's limited release. We made just over 100 cases, and it's only available right now until it runs out, and it's never going to taste the same.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, gents, I could teach you how to drink scotch like a sir.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to approach this. How should we approach this? How should we taste it? School us on this, right?
This guy.
Yeah. So
teach us.
extra dry right here. We don't necessarily like the flute because you have a bigger wine glass, such as a white wine glass, is going to unleash those aromas, which it's known for. These are highly aromatic white wines.
So the flute's design is to hold bubbles, but it also holds all your aromas. So you want to get that nose to really, enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do
What
is
a mouthfeel.
I like to smell it about twice. And you close your eyes, it puts that energy.
Yeah, what should I be getting?
On the extra dry, you're gonna get apricot. You're gonna get some real ripe flavors such as
Lemon blossom.
apricot.
Immediately, I wanted a piece of cheese. I don't know why. But I think it's good with food, though.
Yeah, and so
Pear's
this
amazing. Yeah,
it would,
it's amazing.
especially something really fatty because this is bone dry. It's got high acid. It's gonna cut through that brie cheese or Ghost Rock Farms butter straight off the spoon.
These both pair amazingly with fried chicken. It's a great pairing.
Yeah, so we just had a chef out and did a paired brunch. We do Sunday brunches, and
Out here, so people can come in and do.
Not yet. We did a virtual, but it is in our plan. We do have our first wine dinner. We just booked it. We're not ready to release the details. The date, it's coming up.
Or the chef.
The chef
may or may not be with us. It's not.
The chef is.
It may down
Chris,
the road. Something might
definitely.
happen.
We want to work with you guys.
We're working with Chris McAdams and Sadie Fork and Path, Denver food bloggers.
Cool.
Phenomenal chefs.
Well, we love it. I mean, get them in at one of our nights.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. You guys, you should. They're awesome.
What's next?
Right.
You've been talking the pet matter.
He wants to talk about the science of winemaking.
Oh,
yeah.
wow,
We need
all right.
big Erlenmeyer flasks for our winemaking. Not really. I just think this is really funny. It's so big.
Let me pour you a touch of this real
That'll
quick.
open it up.
Here, let me get you guys a.
We'll fly through the Spark Light series.
Yep.
Don't get
Yep. You can.
Just a little touch.
It's okay to.
dump.
Yep.
So we don't have.
And it's okay not to, too.
We don't have as many bubbles as Method Champenois. We could not sell this bottle for $20 if it was Method Champenois. We've tried to keep everything because we're vertically integrated already. With him growing the fruit, we're able to keep the prices low. So these are your first 20 or below bottles of Colorado sparkling wine that you are going to see on the shelf.
You'd like that price point.
It is. It's less than $20, $19.99 or less.
Tell them though, why does it cost more money to add more bubbles?
Because you have so much time riddling the yeast out. Just so much labor involved in really doing the true Method Champenois. We have
It takes
our
about 2 years to do Method Champenois.
Yeah.
Where we can produce this much quicker.
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to produce it quick. We're still lees aging. We're picking for sparkling wine. We're trying to make high quality wines. We really are. We're not trying to push out a product that we can't stand behind because all we have is our name at the end of the day. So.
Well, it's interesting because you've let me taste this, and you say it's a sparkling, right? But it's not, because I'll tell you, I do not like Spanish personally.
Okay.
I'm not a California. I'm not that guy who likes that. The gruettes and the sparkling, which I guess that's our version of champagne. So that's where I always go. Where
Yep.
you guys really, that's why I called it an effervescent.
So the
earlier.
biggest difference you're going to find is those are about 7 volumes of CO2. So there's just a ton of bubbles up in those, and these are a little bit less. They're more around 5 volumes of CO2. So they're less aggressive, and we really want to keep the aromatics in, let you experience it, and it goes down easier because those bubbles aren't just beating
Truly
you up.
delicious.
And
All right, what's next?
Patrick's
All right, let's do the pet
winemaking
net. Yep.
is really is showcased in this. These are very soft, easy drinking, fruit forward wines. They just that's totally his skill.
We love high acid wines.
Mm-hmm.
No one's dictating based upon past historicals on what we need to make. We're making the wines we want to drink, and we hope you guys like them.
Should we do the rosé real quick?
Cutting new road.
Sure.
I actually, Greg, what'd you think about that off dry? I almost like that better than the first one. I mean, this is all personal.
No, I was down with the first one a little bit.
You
better,
like the
but-
first one better? Yeah. The second one to me came a little off.
We've found that beer drinkers like the extra dry better.
Interesting,
Yeah.
which Greg is,
And-
and I'm more of a, I'd say tequila, but
Right.
deep down I'm Hispanic, but
So the off dry, I'm curious what you guys thought of. Very perfumed, aromatic.
it
notes.
really was. It was. I mean, and it was more reminiscent of a wine,
Right.
to me.
Okay.
Where this is tasted tighter, like
This is more champagne style.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And this is more like
You're getting more floral aromatics on the off dry. Gardenias, flowers.
Nice.
And
Okay.
whatnot. Honey blossom.
Interesting.
So here we have our Sparklet Rosé. We're super excited about this. It's 99% aromatic red grape, direct to press, and we think it's our best yet. It has about 11.5 grams per liter residual sugar, so it's not sweet.
That's what I
It
was-
has a great balance.
gonna
So
go to.
the the acid is just ripping on this, and it's all about balance in winemaking and color too. So I mean, this thing sitting on the shelf, it's just been flying off down in Denver, which we're super happy with our.
and all our bottles are screen printed. So you could put that in an ice bath, whatever. You're not going to lose that. When you're done with it, you could use it as a vase, put flowers in it, whatever. We want you to
Recycle.
enjoy our brand and recycle.
Where can
use-
people find it in Denver?
Oh,
You're saying
Denver, we're at Joy Wine and Spirits.
Carolyn's got you in there.
Yeah, Carolyn. We're at the Wine Cellars
Oh, very cool.
as,
Cherry
as
Creek?
well.
Blanchard.
Blanchard Family Wine. They're a
Okay.
huge partner of ours.
Soon to be pretty much everywhere. This is gonna.
Oh, it is.
I'll tell you, summertime, right here. If
This is a
someone
cool
that-
wine for sure.
Yeah.
All day, the acid
All right,
just
now
makes you want to take another drink.
I'm really interested in this one because it's
It's natural.
It's kind of the antithesis of what you've got going on.
It is. It is. It's totally opposite. These are
That was the plan.
super clean. This actually has less acid on them, on it. More pineapple, tropical, mango aromas. It finished fermentation in the bottle. It's yeasty. It's hazy. I never thought I'd make a natural wine.
Is this a mistake that you said, all right, this is actually pretty good?
It wasn't. Like I said, we just kept collecting the juice that wouldn't fit into these wines. And finally, we said, we got to do something with this. We can't have, 130 gallons of juice just sitting there. Like, what are we going to do?
But those flavors that you just called out, those aren't reminiscent of wine. I mean, when you start talking pineapple and mango
This one's
and these
heartier.
other things, I don't think my head doesn't go to wine.
So some of the grapes came even a little bit riper. So this has about 14% alcohol. It's a white wine and it's sparkling. That's pretty high.
Trouble.
It is. You will get hammered. It's a great value for $22 only. You will just
Well,
annihilated.
unlimited. Now, would it get better with age? So if I bought a case and held it back a couple years, is that bad or good?
I wouldn't go too many years on it, but it is on the lees. So in that respect, the lees
I enjoyed all of
help
that.
keep the wine a little bit fresher.
And the metal seal, this crown cap, that's going to keep it fresh too. Corks are designed to let a little oxygen in
Yep.
to let them age. So this is really going to keep all our wines very fresh. And that was the whole idea behind that.
Yep.
Much more environmentally friendly than the cork and cage.
And harvesting cork trees and
Right.
whatnot. And then, there's TCA, there's, opportunity for the wine to go bad after it's bottled. So this is our flavors that we've captured, and we want you to taste them as we bottle
I'll tell you
them.
what strikes me of what you guys have said, and really I think it's indicative of the region that you're in, that you're cutting new road. You're doing it by your rules, the way that you want it done. And when I see these lines and coming into this, I think that this is so innovative and creative that if you're looking for something that's just a little bit, you're bored, right? Say you're bored. You feel like you've tasted it all.
Yeah.
You come around to this, baby, I can guarantee you'll probably be like, that's something new and unique.
Yeah, we're trying to spin Colorado wine on its head. Nothing like this.
Well, because
has been
there's not
done
an
before.
expectation for this. right here. You know what I mean? You've created your own expectation. People are going to be trying to mimic you.
If you don't like it,
guys.
we're going to drink it, so we don't care.
Best form of flattery, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's a category almost, Greg. Wouldn't you think? I mean, they're almost creating something
truly.
that's so.
Now this, we've visited these stuff, so you're just doing comparisons of what you've tasted before in the past, or subjective. You have your own taste, right?
Yeah.
So you can do that all day long with these. This right here, I think, is just so unique. I like the packaging and the labeling. But guys, how do people identify that this is actually coming from here? I'm looking at the branding, and I like the branding altogether. But is there Sauvage on here somewhere?
It's
Sauvage
very small
Spectrum?
in the back. We created this as more or less a lifestyle brand.
Mm-hmm.
Our tagline is "Celebrate Every Day." We just wanted something kind of sleek, sexy, something that you haven't seen out of Colorado before, and we're super excited. Our graphic designer just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, this is hot stuff.
And we just wanted it to look good on the shelf as well, and be great wine.
Your packaging capsulizes what's in the bottle, which is really cool.
Well, and Greg, I'll tell you one thing that I think will differentiate this is I'm going to buy a case, so that's definitely going to be different from these.
Well, I don't need to buy anything because I'm
I'm
gonna get a couple bottles from him. What else do you guys want to show us before we?
I want to show you the label too. So we're all about sustainability here. So when you're done with your bottle, you can peel this off, and then it's a sticker.
Yeah.
That's
You could put it on your water
cool.
bottle,
Super
whatever. You can see over here. We
So-
like to just cut it in a circle, and you can just stick it on whatever you want.
If you drink, crappy box wine during the week, I would stick that on your box wine just to remind you what you want to drink on the weekend.
Here,
Yeah.
who wants to be the brand ambassador?
Yeah.
Put it on your shirt there.
I got it.
See?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Pet Nat Love right there.
What else? You want to head out back real quick?
Yeah,
and
let's
we'll
go
wrap
check-
this thing up, and
Yeah.
then you're going to show us on top of Mesa, right?
Let's check out Patina, and we'll walk and go through the vineyard.
Gosh, you guys, I got to say thank you. I mean, that was the best way to start my day, quite honestly.
Oh, you're going to need
Love
a
it.
nap in
an
hour.
Oh, man, we got to. It's good for us,
That
you know.
was good.
So our views are pretty nice out the back. We can open up the back door here when the weather's nice, and customers can be in there and sample, and they can check out all this. This is Petit Verdot here. Does great in Colorado. You can see the little clusters on there already. Grapes are self-fertile, so each one of these has a little tiny flower, and you get all these little tiny white flowers, and you get this amazing aromatics while they flower. It just smells like honeysuckle in the vineyard. It's wonderful. And then they set their berries, and right now they're just going to keep growing until they get to a certain size, and they're going to go through lag phase, and that's when their pits get hard, and then they start changing color. They go through veraison, and that's when we're going to switch them from vegetative, what they're in right now, growth mode, to fruiting mode, because we're going to really strive for that. We want that maximize our quality, and we do that through irrigation. We back off on the irrigation.
Look at them peeking up at the time of day, and they're just taking it all in now.
We got that $1 million breeze
Oh, yeah.
coming through. We're at the mouth of the Beck Canyon.
Sick.
And you hear about it a lot with the peaches, but the grapes love it because of why?
Oh, the breeze. Well, the breeze, which is unpleasant for us at times, makes their thicker. And so thicker skins, your reds, all your color and flavor, your anthocyanins, if you want to be geeky, come from the skins. And so we're getting thicker skins from the wind. We're also higher elevation. We're getting more solar radiation. So this umbrella-like canopy really captures all of that. And that's why we use this system. We get good dappled sunlight right here. Oh, excuse
This
me.
is why you watch the Modern Eater Show. This is the type of content that you can get, the type of passion. I mean, here farmer, winemaker together.
Boom. Teamwork.
Yeah.
Man,
Makes
this
the dream
is
work.
good stuff.
Great.
Sorry I interrupted. I
No,
just
you're
wanted
good.
to say.
I'll talk all
That's
day.
why you watch. Go ahead. Keep going. Come on.
So we got dappled sunlight right here, so that's perfect. We're not going to sunburn these things because grapes like us will sunburn. And then we're getting good airflow here, so we're not getting disease pressure on that. So this canopy, this system works great.
And the
for us.
fruit zone is right here. You got the fruit hanging down over here. They're going to comb over all the canes.
Right.
That's that special planting method that you were talking about.
We do. We use a trellis system, we call it, and it's Genevan double curtain, and we have these two sides
Oh,
here.
the old Genevan double curtain.
Yeah, you know it.
Yes, you know that Genevan double curtain.
That's a good one.
Now, listen, there's got to be one of those sayings, like the 3 W's or something, because obviously water, weather, and other things control what your crop is going to look like, right? I mean, definitely the way
Absolutely.
you just talked about water, weather, wind.
Right.
I mean, and
And then
altitude.
the real bad
and then-
word,
Yeah, hail and all the other
Don't say that.
stuff that
You don't say that word, especially around
We
here.
deal with harsh winters too, so there's another W for you.
So
Yeah,
when you
winter
come
time.
out here and you're looking at this,
Uh-huh.
can you gauge the future? Can you see a couple months down the road? Do you know if you're on the right track or not, or something's that's colors off? Oh no.
So right now, I guess we're mostly looking at crop right now. We're going through and we're counting clusters per vine, and we're estimating our crops.
Do that. Let me see you do that.
So what we're
I just doubt it.
So most shoots have
Yeah, sure you do.
You grab them, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
You guys
18,
got
19,
slow-mo?
and on and on. You really do.
So you count each vine, or
No.
I mean, because this is you do it some level,
No,
right?
well, I mean,
Are you just
get
blowing smoke?
An average
small,
sample.
and then you.
Oh yeah, we get like
Composite
5
sample.
per variety,
Yeah.
and then average it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're gonna check out our crop load, but yeah, there are key things. We can see too how full our clusters are, how well our berries set. We're using micronutrients right before flowering to make sure our plants are happy and they're gonna set fruit.
Here's what I want you to do between now and the end of the interview.
Okay.
Just make something up that is not even anything at all, and let's see if we catch you.
Okay.
And then
I like
and
that,
then
Greg. I
and
like
then
that.
tell us. We'll ask you. Okay, what was it? You go. All right.
I've been doing it the whole time already.
Have you really? Dang it.
We could head down and check out
Yeah,
Patina if you
do
want. That's our adult ice cream truck, we call it.
And we saw that on the label, didn't we?
Yeah.
And so I think that the biggest question that people are asking us are like, why sparkling? Why are you guys trying to do sparkling? Number one, no one's done it before. And what people don't realize is that we have this huge diurnal shift here in this valley. So it can get as hot as 100 degrees in the day, but then drop down to 60, 58 degrees at night. And that retains the nice acidity. But the hot sun during the day helps really ripen the fruit.
Well, you're growing something that grows well here to your terroir. You're growing the grape and actually making sure you're just finding the right market for your
Exactly.
grape. That
Absolutely.
I love what you guys
And
are doing.
a
man.
lot of it is if it's fruit that people aren't familiar with, these new varieties that we've planted that nobody's ever heard of, we can make a wine and show them how good of a wine they can make, and it helps us sell fruit too. So it does a lot for us.
You guys are very focused.
Question for you guys: can you tell where the variety changed? It changes right in here.
I think
I
that,
could too, yeah.
right this
Which
one right here.
Which one?
The one that's downward now.
You
Right
nailed it. You guys got it. Any
right.
guess at what this variety is?
This one?
Yeah. You know there's 3 that grow here, right?
Give us the 3.
Malbec, Petit Verdot, Roussanne.
It's just a guess at that point, but we're on.
Well, we looked at the Roussanne.
Oh.
It's over there.
Wait,
The first one was Roussanne we looked at.
I'm going to say a Malbec.
Nailed it. Exactly. Yep. So you can see morphological differences. Grapevines have personalities like people. Darker foliage.
That's where I was
larger
just going to. I
clusters.
just went the dark is
Yep.
where I went. I mean, it was just a.
You can see it if we can go up on the canal here and look down, and you can actually see where the varieties change based on color. It's
see,
really cool.
oh, okay, you can. All right,
Yeah.
I would have guessed that this is just a little more mature. Like this, those would look like this in a month or something like that because
Gotcha.
grown out and just like hair. Jay has curly hair, but it
Well, but and
once it
every.
get long, it drops.
Little known fact: grapes actually have hair on them. We have to brush it all off.
I love it.
There it is.
Oh,
There it is. Gotcha. That would have been good. You were looking at it. Let me see his eyes. Did he take that one in? That was good. All right, you got to start over.
You guys want to see Patina here?
Yeah, let's do that.
Kaibab, I was going to ask each grape has its own season of
Absolutely.
days, right? You're
Yep.
counting days to harvest, right?
Yeah, so Chardonnays, we call them
One of
early,
them- one of
mid,
the
and
two.
late season. So like
It's up to you to
Chardonnay's
figure it out.
early, Malbec's mid, Petit Verdot's late. So we're looking at like September through
Yeah,
the
we're
end
gonna
of
put you guys
October.
up in this.
Nice.
Is kind of the season. Cool story on this van. Land leaser of mine, you talked about how I have all these amazing partners we work with and grow grapes on their property. And he bought this 30 years ago. Same year he planted a vineyard. He parked it. He was going to restore it. Never restored it. Sat there just like this. We're taking out that little section. We're cleaning up his farm. We're cleaning up that little area. We're going to plant some Zweig out there just for fun, just because I think it'll do well in Colorado. It's going to make a beautiful red wine, you know, with that acid-forward Austrian structure. And so we asked him if we could buy it, and he sold it to us for a song. It doesn't run, got no brakes, got no steering.
But it got spirit.
It's got spirit. We used our backhoe because how do you tow it?
Yeah.
We picked it up with our backhoe, so with the front off the road, off the ground, and towed it here down the highway.
Dropped it. And dropped it.
Yeah, and set it down. So we wanna cut the side open, have it fold up,
That tasting.
and do a tasting bar with it. Yeah,
You got to.
it'd be
Got to.
fun.
We're holding you to it now.
We'll do
it's
it.
happening. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Get
And
the
it's
cutoff
the
wheel.
inspiration for the Pet Nat.
All right. Good a place as any. What a tour.
Thank you guys so much for coming
Thanks
out.
for
This was
coming.
fun.
This was
Kidding
awesome.
me. This is the beginning of a relationship that will grow strong roots, vine. have a
Strong
luxury.
foundation, right? Just like how we start vineyards and
Yeah.
orchards.
You
Strong
strung that
foundation.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
I can't believe it. And
Thank you.
New
Appreciate
friends.
it. Yeah, new friends. Love
Thank
it.
you,
Love it.
Thank you, Badger.
Thank you, guys.
so you guys, this was a very cool tour. How can people what's your social media? What's your website? Just how people can
Check it
dig
out.
in.
It's at Sauvage Spectrum Wines, Instagram, Facebook. Check us out at www.sparkletwine.com. We'll ship wine. We have almost 60 accounts now, so
Around
we
the
are
state.
around the state. We are
I-70 corridor.
yep.
Within 1 year, right? I mean, this is just 1 year.
yeah
6 months.
yeah
A lot of
Congratulations.
restaurant operators, restaurateurs.
yeah we're
watch the
working on
content.
more.
Are you looking for?
We're looking for more partners. We always are. We are vertically integrated. We can grow this. So let's get more partners. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And we're going down the road. Hey, you're going to show us a couple more spots, right?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna?
let's do it.
Gonna come along?
Where everyone's going.
Let's
It's field
go.
trip day.
Go.
We're bringing it in.
We
Where
have a
to
big
next,
tent.
guys? Where we gonna go?
Right.
You know what? Let's just go up here. So if you look right here, you can see some fruit trees. We got a little desert landscape hill, and there's a few little green peach trees. We farm that. We lease that up there. Those are peaches.
All right.
So we'll go up there. And
Heading on down the road. Up next, up there. That's where we're going. See you down the road. The Modern Eater Show continues.